Hey everyone, it's Tammy, and I just finished recording a video and an audio actually for Mixcloud, one YouTube and Mixcloud, that it's all about being the unstoppable force, not the immovable object when it comes to healing, and that's really what aromagenomics is about. But before I go I don't want to say any more really about that, other than to thank everyone who has reached out to me. Even if you haven't, if you've just had me in your thoughts and prayers, thank you. Because I had revealed last week that I was supposed to go in for a biopsy following an extensive series of mammograms and ultrasounds. The biopsy was done on Tuesday of this week, and the results came back positive for breast cancer. So I just appreciate everybody's love and support through all of this. And at this point, I'm going to really just say that this is my way of documenting. I'm going to be documenting because if you didn't see what I recorded last week or hear it, it was really an apology for not taking my work seriously. And I've done a lot of soul searching and excavation of what's really going on in me as to why this would have been a diagnosis that I would get. The reason I say that is because it doesn't run in my family. I've had a plant-based diet my entire life, with the exception of maybe a few years in childhood when my mother didn't understand eating vegetables only. I mean, although I was supposed to eat my vegetables, I wasn't supposed to eat them only. And so there was a point where I did eat milk and dairy, but that said, I've not had any issues my entire life up until this year, and it's only been, we caught it early, which is a good thing. Yet the plant-based diet doesn't run in my family. I have breastfed my children, so in all respects I should not even be a candidate for this diagnosis. And the reality is as I mentioned in my video last week, healing starts here. And I've been talking to people about this, and I've been, kind of met with some very interesting responses, which is, well, I do believe your things can work. And it's not about believing in a product. It's not about believing in a formula. It's about believing that your body can actually heal itself. That if you are in touch with what makes sense to you, you can work with your body, and it has the ability to heal. This doesn't disregard allopathic care. This doesn't disregard natural care. It's, in my opinion, it's a blending of both. It's learning how to work with both arenas, and that's honestly what aromagenomics is about. It's about learning to work with the two. And in fact, I'm currently revising my book on essential oils and sleep, and it's really taken a huge change. I mean, there's big differences going into it because I'm actually allowing my gift, my ability to see the bigger picture and pinpoint specifically how these oils are working in the body and how to match it to our mental and emotional state. Actually, and it does require a belief in ourself wholly, not just in the body, but in ourself too. It's a complete reversal from what we've currently been taught, which is to allow other things outside of us to fix what's going on inside of us. And while there are factors outside of us that contribute to such things as breast cancer and other illnesses, they are not the only factors. The primary factor is our relationship to ourselves. And therefore, with aromagenomics, I am advocating definitely for the use of oils. Simple ingredients, 3-4 oils at a time, if you're going to use 2, but working with a clean blend, not with a lot of additives, and not buying anything that's been made by somebody else, but really working with yourself, and wholesome foods so that we can diminish the amount of chemicals that we're putting into our body. In the meantime, adjusting the way we relate to ourselves, whether it be, saying things like, well, that was a stupid move, or what have you. It's a mindset shift. And so there's a lot to be said for the biology of belief. And if we get ourselves in a pinch where we have a serious diagnosis, adding extra fuel to the fire and using things like oils makes a big difference. Again, other allopathic remedies are also important. We have them for a reason. I will never tell anybody who is seriously dealing with depression to avoid taking antidepressants and use oils instead. If that's something you feel drawn to doing, then that's on you. But what a person chooses to do is what they need to do for themselves. And that's the most important piece to healing. And feeling confident in our choices. And understanding that there are ways to blend things, and there are ways to work with everything that we have. We were gifted the intelligence to create these things. So thank you again to everybody who has reached out. And for those of you who are just now hearing this, please know I appreciate your thoughts and prayers too. And essentially, I'm going to be documenting this journey at this point. I am not giving up on aromagenomics. I am fully backing it 100%. We didn't come this far in our existence with technology, with people going, well, I think this will work, but not sure I want to go through with it. People have had theories, and they've worked, they spent their lifetime devoted to those theories and living those theories. And that's really what I'm doing at this point. We scoff at people with new ideas that are off the grid, if you will, that are outside the box of what mainstream thought processes are suggesting. We need something different. If we're looking for a different experience, in this case in health and well-being, then it's time to look at things a little bit differently and to consider things and work with them. And if you don't want to, that's fine too. It's not a big deal. It's just another option. We wouldn't have come, who's to say how long it would have taken us to get into the Human Genome Project if Francis Crick hadn't pursued his beliefs. Okay, if Albert Einstein hadn't pursued his beliefs, where would we be when it comes to physics? So just know that plants have been a focus of study for centuries, thousands of years, centuries specifically. And science recognizes their value. The only reason people aren't getting the results that they like to see, my suggestion is because we're not having confidence in ourselves. We just don't have confidence in ourselves in any way. So, are you worth it? I know I am. And you have my commitment. So thank you again. And you guys have a really great day. Bye.